What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday night Lost Boys Recovery live stream. Here with me, Andy, and my co-host, which I'm going to bring in here in a second. Hopefully, you guys have been well. Didn't wasn't so long ago we had a live stream. I guess 2 weeks ago. I guess we had one. Bringing my co-host here. We'll do a little talking about that in just a second. Welcome everybody, Dustin from Dutchboy Adventures.
Hey, hey,
Hey, hey,
hey,
hey!
hey, hey.
What's going on, man?
Man, just had a heck of a weekend digging and rooting and scratching and detecting, and I'm pretty wore out, but
Yeah.
ready for this show. We're having a good one.
Dustin and I both went out today. He hit the land, and I hit the creeks again. But both were out today up until a little bit before the show. Here we got prepared and ready to do this here. So great guest tonight. Everybody knows Robert Theisen. So last show, what was up with the last show? How you want to say anything about that?
I thought it was pretty good. Even we didn't get everyone out, but I think it's a great premise of showing historical finds and finds that mean more to those who dig it. And I think it's something that I saw that comment that Ace made, and I think that we could do that a couple times, and I know other streamers have done that as well, and it's good for those people that are showing their stuff off. I truly think that everyone takes pride in what they do,
Right.
and I think that's just one of those things that it's kind of like rewarding and giving everybody a chance to show off their finds. So I like
Oh
that
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and there was definitely plenty of good finds as well. Like I said, I wouldn't mind doing that type of stuff again. I mean, there's been some monumental finds here this summer. I've been, seeing a lot of people in the chat here and a lot of their posts and their pictures and stuff. Definitely a lot of good stuff found this year.
Everyone's definitely getting out. I mean, after being boxed up with the COVID for years, it's funny. You could even see it on the live streams. None of us are getting, all the people we were getting in the fall and winter,
right.
which is, hey, that's great because that means everyone's out doing what they enjoy doing. But you could see it, and I'm glad that people are out. More people in the water this year, from what it looks like.
Yeah, I
Than
was just talking about that the other day. Actually, I'm
yeah,
missing the fields. I'm missing the fields though. I'm ready. I'm ready for the fields. Yeah,
yeah.
Teresa says I love relics. I agree, Teresa.
That's where I'm at. Today was a great relic day. I'll tell you that. And, yesterday I was with the Cloverdale diggers, and man, what a nice family! What a nice family.
Right.
We had a good time. Plus, they bought me donuts. I mean, you know, right to they found their way right to my heart through my stomach.
Right. So let's
So
say let's say hi to some people. Dustin, unless you have anything else you want to say, we'll hop
no, I
right
wanted to
into it.
say hi to Jersey Ray Diggs. I saw she gave me a shout out to Bobby from
Bobby Buddha.
Bobby Buddha, and Alan's here. We got our regular. We got Ed Woods, Nathan Babb, Laura Schuler.
Yeah.
We got our boy Bob Colbreth from mainly Dirt Fishing. He's doing our moderating tonight.
Yep. Thanks, mod man, Rob. We got
What else?
KK in here. KK's in the house.
Yeah, Karen. How do you say that last name?
Karen, it's not Kapusky. Kasupski? I don't know.
I like
know
it.
she likes ice cream.
Yeah, she just said.
A lot of new people out here too, man. I'm seeing some new names here that we've never seen. Barn Fresh Vintage Market. Welcome to the show. Greg Blake's in the house. He's a great supporter of the channel.
Oh,
Swing
yeah.
for the ring. Chuck Martin. Man, you guys are flying in. Ski Searcher, man. Matt, what's up, buddy?
Marvin.
Donna Funk's in here. She's the one that told me about the event I'm going to be going to here, which I will bring that up.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like fun. I'm not really big. I was telling you, I'm not big into digging in the sand.
The beach.
No, I don't like getting the sand on me. Oh, yeah. we definitely got our boy Ace is in here, and
Yeah.
he's from Michigan, and he's been a supporter of the channel, and we're actually gonna get to hang out with him at Digstock, which is very exciting.
Awesome. I think Teresa's going to Digstock. I think if anybody else is going to Digstock, put it in the chat, say Digstock or something, so we know. But yeah, Dustin and I will be there, Doug Digstock there, so that's going to be pretty exciting for me. It'll be my first time going to one. So
yeah, my first time too. I mean, I've been to 3 come out swingings, I think, and then probably like 4 or 5 dirt digging PAs.
Oh, wow.
So I've done nothing outside of that. I'm pretty excited.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Karen's Digstock bound.
But some new, we're not going to go into it, but maybe later in the show. I mean, after maybe if we have time. I know they released the new Mind Lab Manticore, I guess it's called. It looks pretty enticing. We're not going to go into all the details on that, but I just figured maybe if we have some extra time, we'll get people's thoughts on it. The other day, I took a poll just to see if everybody thought it was a piece, just the normal machine like everybody else is making or something different. I just did that for fun. But yeah, that's cool news for you Mind Lab people out there.
Just remember one thing. I mean, I'm a Mind Lab guy too, but even the press report that they gave for the dealers to put out explaining everything, if you really look at what each feature has, there's not a lot of explanation behind them. Yeah, so for everyone to get totally pre-order me 5,000 of them, yeah, I think it's a little presumptive. But then I know there's guys that guys and gals that like their gadgets. They want to be the first to have their gadget. But I mean, just remember, if your detector's not letting you down, that's it.
You get good at it with more time on each hour spent on that machine. Is just you get better and better. I feel like. So
yeah. But I'm excited. It's a new detector. I was talking to Michael Vidovich at West Shore Hobbies. He was telling me a little bit what he knew, but he doesn't even really know everything yet. But there's some features that they took off other machines and added to this one. So that's pretty interesting in itself. The screen, he said, is really, really, that's probably the best feature is the screen itself. So yeah.
Hey, Ed asked what Digstock we were going to. Ed, we're going to the one in New York, the one that's coming up, I guess 2 months from now, I guess it is.
Yeah, the end of October, Halloween weekend.
Yep. I wanted to say hi to AAP out here. AAP's a really cool guy. His channel is awesome as well. Really nice guy. I pop in his live streams as well once in a while when I can. So welcome to the show there, AAP.
FLX Detectorist.
Yep, Cameron Block popped in. There's a lot of people pop. We're up to 33 now. I figured we'll get some people in here before we bring Rob in.
Yeah.
Just so he doesn't have to give a spiel too many times. We're going to wear him out probably with information tonight and questions. And if anybody's going to have questions, feel free to put it in the chat.
And what's he doing tonight? We might as well give him that teaser now.
Oh, tonight Rob is going to release. He's going to release the area of the hunt. He's not going to give away any sacred details and give you like the address and say, hey, here's the address to the place. But he is going to release. I have a picture I'm going to pop up to show you guys where about where it's going to be. So, and he'll give us some more information about all that good stuff as well. So, but yeah. So, anything else?
It doesn't mean run out and hit it.
Yeah.
Those guys at Digstock, they guard that like I guess they got burnt, so they guard theirs like really close to the vest.
Right.
That's pretty exciting though. No, I'm excited to have Robert on. He's always been a gentleman, and I've truly enjoyed the friendship we have made over the last 3-4 years, and I'm looking forward to helping out at this next event. So,
right.
And there's some special things going on at that event that I really like. So yeah, this is going to be a good one for all you guys coming to Come Out Swinging.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in the chat that have been to Come Out Swinging. We got Underground Buddha Bobby's. Yeah, I see him popping in and out. Judy Menzel's here.
Hey, Nancy's here.
Yeah, Nancy's here, right? She popped in as well. So welcome, Nancy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Last thing before I mean, I'm done after this, but I made a trip, guys, for you. for the guests. I'm serious too. Like I'm really serious. My wife and I went shopping in Gettysburg. We wanted to go to the Polish pottery place, and my wife's Polish, Lithuanian, and all that good stuff. And so we ended up going. I think it was the Little Drummer shop, and I just saw some things that I thought, you know what, these would be great giveaways and different giveaways.
Right.
So, like I have bullets. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8 bullets to give away. One's a cleaner. Just missing the piece that goes in. I thought I had it. I must have lost it. So we got that. I got you guys this. This is, I guess, the grand prize, we could call it.
Crota bell.
Big old Crotal bell. I mean, look at the details on that. So that's
a
not
nice bell, actually.
Yeah, that's not, and it was well used. You can see how it was used up in here.
Right.
So well used. And then I got sleigh bells.
Yeah. Wow.
And this is all, like I said, it all comes from Gettysburg. Now, the sleigh bells, some are different. Some are a little newer, like, 1900s. All right. And some are very much older. You can see the design on it.
Yeah.
And I think that says a 5 or a 2.
So
there's all kinds of different ages in there. And then the last thing is, it is a Vicksburg, Mississippi. It's a bullet from the siege line. It's like an old big mini ball. So we have all these things to give away. And
a little different than coins, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I got to be honest with them. Bobby and Audra have been spoiling these guys with coins. So, and I say that jokingly because that's great. I mean, we're giving the people good content and interesting things. So hopefully you guys really like them. If you don't, I'm sorry, but it's just a thought I had of, let me just do something different. So compliments of my channel.
Right on. Cool deal, man. Thanks for that.
Man.
All right. So I guess what everybody's been waiting for is the information on the Come Out Swinging event. I mean, that's what this show is all about, right? We're going to try to pump it up. We're going to try to get some people going. I don't know. I can't remember if it is sold out or not. We'll ask all these questions when we bring Rob on here. I mean, if you don't need any other things to say, I guess we can
bring the man on.
Bring the man on and ask him all the questions and everything we want to ask him. Ooh, nice hat.
Yeah, man.
Hey, without further ado, guys, let's bring on Rob. He's the man on the move, I can tell, man. But that's good. But let's bring him in and pick his brain. Everybody, welcome Rob.
Hey,
he said, hey.
I'm gonna follow up Nathan. Hey, right?
What's going on, man? Right. How's your day been?
My day's good, right? So I'm in the car. Wasn't expecting to be in the car. I am pulled over, practicing safe streaming. I'm at my mother-in-law's. We had a little bit of a family issue, so I wanted to get up here and make sure that got taken care of. But all's good, right? I got 5G, and I'm on Lost Boys Recovery. So.
Right on. Yeah, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming on. And
what could be better in the world?
Hey,
no, I appreciate you guys having me.
My first question, I'm gonna run right into it. Are you sold out?
We are not sold out.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. This is the second time we've put tickets for sale 3 months in advance. In the past, we've started around 2 months in advance, and we haven't had an event that wasn't sold out yet. So last January, we put tickets for sale for April. I think at the end of January, we had around 25 tickets sold. So we're not even a full month in yet. And we're already like over that 30 number with 2 months to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that means people are learning more about our event and what we do and how we do it. And, because of people like you, and I heard you mention Audra and Bobby. They had me on a couple weeks ago, and the members, out there. We had a great club hunt yesterday. you know, people are just spreading the word. So, you know, it's awesome. We really appreciate everything that you're all doing for us.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah, I
time
mean,
to, you know, that we get the everyone gets to meet like the YouTube guys that they're watching on TV on their computer. And I think between that and the home feeling, like when you go there, you're not, we're going to go to some pretty big ones where there's like, massive amounts of people. I can go to Come Out Swinging and talk to you for 5 or 10 minutes, and I can go talk to Drew over in the vendor room, and it's just a nice homey feel for those coming into it. So I hope we do get more people picking up on that vibe.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like it almost feels like a high school reunion. You
Yeah.
know, like I feel like I've known you guys my whole life, but I don't get to see you very often. And then Come Out Swinging comes around. It's like, oh yeah, you know, like this is my brothers, my sisters. Like these are my people. My wife always says, "Go be with your people." Right? This is my people.
That's awesome.
So what do we got? We have any questions in the chat, or do you guys want me to talk about the event? Maybe that'll get some people thinking about some questions that they should be asking.
I wanted to know. I wanted you to talk about, and I don't want to say the name wrong, but Maddie's. What we were discussing earlier about Maddie. I'm going to let you say the name because I don't think I'll say it right.
Sure, sure. So Matthew, yeah. So Come Out Swingin is a fundraising event. So I'll give a little bit of history of that to lend itself to the explanation of this new component that we're adding. So the Come Out Swinging event is a fundraising event. I made the pitch to the Historical Society a couple of years ago when I heard that they needed a new roof on their building. I said, hey, I think I can help you with some fundraising, right? So we promoted this idea of Come Out Swinging. We had our first event, and I will tell everyone, tonight, like the Historical Society has a new roof, right? But when you don't have a good roof for, 15 or 20 years on your building, other structural damage happens, right? So our fundraising efforts are not over by any means, right? So that's why we continue to offer Come Out Swinging. But, Bobby Pastor, the Buddha, right? He let me in on something that, like, man, it gave me chills the other day. We had already, spoke to the Tomani family and committed to doing the fundraiser for their charitable organization. And, Bobby mentioned to me that the last event that Matthew was able to come to was our Come Out Swinging event in the spring.
Right.
And, I was like, wow, we got to hit a home run here. Like there's just the stars are aligning. Like we've got to put our best foot forward here and really represent for the family. So what we're doing for the Matthew Tomani hunt is we're working with one or two vendors. We're trying, I mean, you all know right now, look, new technology from the big three, I guess, at this point just came out. So new stuff's coming on the market. There's limited resources because of everything that's been happening over the past couple of years. It's hard to get these people to kind of commit, right? But our goal is to bring a big prize to the Matthew Tomani fundraiser, right? And that's how I'm going to put it, right? At the end of the day, the prize is going to be a big prize. And then we're going to have some additional prizes that go along with that. But it's a separate registration. When you come to the Come Out Swinging registration page, you can register just for Come Out Swinging. And then you can kind of do like a little add-on for the Matthew Tomani event while you're there. And what we're going to do is it's like a token prize hunt. Everybody's going to get an entry into the drawings regardless. But the token that you find when you go out and do your hunt, everybody's going to get one token. That token's going to kind of give you more tickets. So you may find a token that's good for 25 tickets. Somebody else might find a token that's good for 10 tickets. It's going to be that kind of a thing, right? You bring it down, you turn it in. And at our event, one thing we found out is everybody gets a number, not a name, right? Kind of like the song goes, just makes the drawing so much easier, right? So we just create a spreadsheet and it's like, oh, number 27. And then we look at number 27. It's like, boom, that's how it is. So we learn that makes our drawings more enjoyable. We don't have to worry about people writing their names or their phone numbers on the back. It's just like, This is your number. It's on your wristband. Like, this is how we identify you. So don't, just write your numbers on there and off we go. So that's the idea behind that. I'm hoping, if we get half the people who are coming to Come Out Swinging to participate in the Matthew Tomani fundraiser, that would be great. I'd love to have everybody, but I understand that sometimes these are budget decisions. And we've all been there. I've been there. I'm sure you guys have been there, where there's been times where it's like, you know, money's just a little tighter today than it was yesterday, and I'd love to do that, but I just can't right now. And you know, I don't look at anybody any different. You know, if they are or they aren't supporting that particular part of the fundraiser. We just love having everybody there.
How much is that part of it?
That part's $50
for that part?
For that part. Yeah, it's interesting. I had somebody, you know, they were like, what, you know, at our club hunt yesterday that I got to show up for a little bit in the morning, and was, as I understand, despite some poor digging conditions, I saw some of the finds. It was a good day. A bunch of GAR buttons came out of the ground, some silver, some tree tags and picker tickets, I think they're called, or something like that, you know. So they were pulling some stuff out of an old logging site that's now a church. But, you know, one of the guys came up to me and he goes, so like on Saturday, if I go into the thing and I pull a token and then I decide on Sunday if I want to do it again, can I buy another entry? And I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, like, you know, yeah, you buy as many entries as you want, right? You know, but, you know, it's everybody, you know, who registers for it is going to get one admission into the prize drawings. And then, you know, the token that you find is going to get you some additional tickets into those prize drawings.
Well, seeing that it's for Maddie, who I didn't know his father as well as some, but he was a good man and a good father, and I loved his son. I mean, I love Maddie. Who doesn't love Maddie?
Yeah, he's awesome.
His pineapple pizza. I'd like to donate $100 for you to give out 2 tickets to that. And
that's awesome.
I can send you that after. I can PayPal it to you, or I could mail you a check, whatever you want. But I'd like you to take that, and then if there's some people that maybe that were a little more challenged on being able to afford it, or you know the situations of the people registering, you find 2 people to give them to.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure I work with you on that, and that's more than generous. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And yeah,
I love that guy. I love that guy. I love watching him parent. You know, I know him more from being online for like the last, I don't know, 5-6 years or whatever, and watching little Maddie grow up. You know, the dad was a good man, you know.
Right.
And every time he carried himself bigger than what he was. So, you know, I'm pleased to do that for their family.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything but echo your sentiments there, Dustin. I mean, like watching those live streams and with Maddie and, you know, watching those 2 together and the fun that they were having and the fact that they got to detect and do all those things together. It's just amazing. We were glad to have them part of our last event, and, you know, hopefully we can continue to memorialize them in the right way.
Awesome. Well, no thanks are needed, because he was a good man. He is a good man and has a good family, and you're a good man too. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
Not to interrupt you guys, but Nancy put up a good question. She said, Rob, can you pay that $50 a day, or is it a prepay only event?
No, you can pay it the day of the event, right? So we realize some people are making 11th hour decisions when they get there. I mean, for some people, we know that, you know, it's like, man, I would really love to be in the 50-50 drawing, or I would love to do, you know, this or that. And I just can't, right? We get that. But, you know, register for the event, make sure you got your ticket for the show. And if you get there and you say, hey, you know what, I want to be a part of the Matthew Tomani fundraiser, can I still register for that? Absolutely. When we do the seeding for that, you know, we're going to overseed, you know, so that we know that if more and more people like enter and, you know, we get more entries than what we expected, there'll be plenty of tokens out there, you know, to make it worthwhile for everybody.
How are you going with, do you have enough stuff to seed with, or do you still need more?
Yeah, so our fundraising efforts, right, will kick into high gear right now. So we'll start reaching out to all the people in our community and saying, like, you know, obviously one of the biggest things we do is the kids coin hunt. That's a huge thing for us, right? And that all just started on a whim. We were like, man, it'd be great if we could get people from the community who were looking for something to do on a Saturday and Sunday to just show up at our event. So we put it in the local newspaper. We put like 8x11 flyers up in the windows of all the shops around town. We called all the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and we were like, if you guys are looking for something to do with your kids on Saturday and Sunday, just bring them by. This is where we're going to be. And the first one, I think we had 6 kids show up for. And I was like a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you. And then I was like, you know what, we're not going to give up on this. And then we little like took a look at the way we were marketing it, made sure people understand that it was free and that the kids were going to be, you know, introduced to the hobby, and they were all going to walk away with something at no cost. And then the next year, I think we had like 15 or 20.
Nice.
And then it was like 35 or 40. I think we pushed close to 70 kids at the last event. Like, it got so busy at one point, the people who were in the fields detecting saw how overwhelmed we were, right? Like, Shelly came over and she was like, let me lend a hand, you know, and Audra was in there, and Charles Schaefer was in there, and Nathan Babb and Corey Mason. Like, there was probably like 10 adults in there. It was just like a constant stream of kids coming through there. I think I unloaded, I don't know, through the kids coin hunt, maybe like 150 silver coins from around the world, you know, costume, jewelry, tokens for prizes. Like, it was amazing. Like, people love coming to our event, but the energy around that little like 25 by 40 yard area is ridiculous. It's like a beehive. It's just an awesome place to be. I'm there probably 90% of the time.
Well, you owe me a lunch. I don't know. I just made that up. But when we do that, if we do that beforehand, I got all those things I can give you for the kids.
That would be awesome.
I probably have 60, 70 like wheat pennies and all kinds of foreign coins and a couple silvers and old jewelry and stuff like that. I could definitely throw into a bag and give it to you.
Yeah, and the community is so awesome. Like, I get stuff like, I'll just go home and like there'll be like an envelope in the mail, and it's like, oh hey, you know, I heard you're doing this kids coin hunt. Here's stuff for the kids coin hunt. Or people will call me up and like, hey, where do you live? Like, I met a guy, drove like 45 minutes, and he drove 45 minutes, and we met in the middle, and he just handed me like a big box of like all kinds of stuff. And he was like, I heard you do this like, you need to come to the event. He's like, I heard you do this at your event. I want you to have this stuff. And I'm like, all right, awesome. You know,
that's all. That is awesome. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a good community. And I think you're right though, Dustin. I think at some point I did promise you I would take you to lunch. But then Andy sent me a message and said, don't do it, Rob. Don't do
I believe that. You know, working for Andy is like servitude. Like, I have indentured servant papers that I signed to do this live stream. Like,
yeah, he says he holds food over your head. That's the only way he can get you motivated.
Yeah. We go to Dirt Biggin, and when we're out, like, we got like a salami sandwich. He's like, "Come on, man, come on, I got salami." Well, that's good information on that, and you know, I'm really proud of you for thinking of him, and not that you need me to be proud of you, but just proud of everyone in general for, like you said, it's a good community. We got people like Audra out there and Bobby out there and Robert Colbreth, everyone just really trying to help everybody out. And I really think that's awesome. You guys all rock. So I'll leave that with that.
And I think I consider myself, you know, blessed, because I see some of this other stuff, you know, about other hunts and what goes on, and some of the animosity, and, you know, people are or aren't happy about what happened. And, you know, Dustin and I, right, Dustin, we had this great conversation a little while ago about what is Come Out Swinging, right?
Yeah.
Like, what does it really mean? And we talked about it, and I said, you know what? We don't have a definition for Come Out Swinging. We need a definition for Come Out Swinging so people understand, because, you know, it's word of mouth. It's like, it's a natural hunt. Some people don't understand what a natural hunt is. They expect to come and find like all kinds of silver coins and get all kinds of prizes, and it's not, right? A little cat out of the bag. It's an 1850s farm, right? 80 acres. I've never detected it. We talked to the property owner. He purchased it in the 70s. As far as he knows, nobody's ever detected it. So 100 of us could show up, and it could be a big copper day for everybody. Or it could be hit or miss. Or it could be one silver here and one bell there, and like, you just never know, right? But that's kind of the beauty of it.
That some guy came home from World War II with his mine metal detector, like they did. I mean, that's how this whole thing got started.
That's how it all started.
Those guys in the 40s did a hell of a job. The 40s and the 50s, woo! Yeah. They knew how, but they left a lot behind.
Yeah. The technology we have today. I mean, look, I just look at the technology that I purchased when I got real serious in the hobby. I mean, the first machine was a Toltec 2 with an analog box on it. And then I went right from that Toltec 2, which wasn't even a double D coil, it was a concentric coil. And then I went to, the MindLab Safari and or Explorer XS, right? And with multi-frequency technology, double D coil, graphic screen, lithium battery sleeve, inline sunray pinpointer. Like it was, I went from, driving a Volkswagen, which was a great car, to, driving a Ferrari. And it was just like, whoa, but now, it's like every time these manufacturers are coming out with something, it's just like it goes deeper, it isolates better, the response is quicker, the separation is there, the target ID, it's mind-blowing.
Well, getting back to what we were talking about, because when we had that discussion, because in all fairness and openness, I had made a comment once about come out swinging.
You kicked the hornet's nest is what you did.
Kicked the hornet's nest. And I said it was more entry level, but I didn't mean it as a skill level. I meant it as and like me and you, we came to the conclusion that family friendly is what.
You want me to read it to you? You want me to read it to you? Because it's gospel. It's gospel now. This is what you and I came up with on the phone.
Yeah.
It's a family friendly event that is accommodating to new detectorists and a challenge to those seasoned hobbyists.
There you go. For all the doubters out there, I helped them come up with that. Okay.
Because I heard word got back to me, and they were like, "Yo, Dustin says, this," and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna call Dustin up." And before I could call Dustin up, he called me up. So kudos to you, sir. And I said, Dustin. Look, Dustin, you can understand how calling it an amateurish event might be offensive to some people. And he's like, it does. I get it, right? And I said, but I understand what you're trying to say. What you're trying to say is anybody can show up at this event and be welcome, and it's not hard. It's not a challenge, right? It's not a rush. It's not a race. It's like you can roll in, it's at 7:30 a.m. and meet some people and hang out and casually detect coffee, donuts, or you can get there at 9 o'clock, jump out of your car and go right into the fields and,
instead of 400 people holding up their metal detectors, getting
right.
Big difference.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't convey that.
You did not. But you were man enough to own up to it. You called me and you said, "Hey, I think we need to talk about this." And we did. Right. And I appreciate that.
I like that that's what your event is. It's a good feeling, family friendly event. It really is. And as far as I never thought about like a skill level when I said that. Because when you're in a field and you're moving through fields and hills and pastures, the skill level's all the same. You know what I mean? Like you're still moving, doing the same stuff everyone else is doing.
Well, the mechanics of it for sure, right? But like you and I talked about, I said, there's a couple. It's a husband and a wife team, the Wissingers, and then you look at the Wissingers and they're, I just saw Christy on Saturday, and these people have been doing this probably, I think collectively their combined metal detecting experience is over 60 years.
Wow.
Right. I think they've been each detecting for like 20 or 30 years or something like that. Right. And if you saw the collection, they basically live in a museum of Boyertown and Boyertown area, finds. They've been overseas, they've been all over the place. But, I asked them, I said, at one of our events, I said, could you display some of your stuff? And he was like, yeah, I'll bring a couple of cases. I think he brought like 22 cases, and they were all over. We didn't have enough space for the guy. I felt bad. I was like, I thought he was going to bring a couple boxes, a couple, but yeah, no, he had 24-inch long by 18-inch deep, oak boxes with glass lids. And I was like, oh man. And then, he had them all labeled, or they had them all labeled where all the stuff was found. I was like, well, no wonder we went detecting over there and we couldn't find anything. They've been detecting that place for 20 years.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad we got all that settled and straight, and we now know what your event is, and it took a couple years really to get that. I mean, you created something out of nothing, and that's so awesome. And I looked at that as like a growing hiccup, what I said. So,
it happens.
but we figured, but we figured it out. And you know, I now, like, you know, when I first went to a different to dirt digging PA, and it was the first organized event I ever went to. I get out in the field for one of the main hunts, and there's, you know, like almost 200 people lined up the whole. I mean, it was one of their biggest ones they had. They actually trimmed it back. It was so big. And they said, yo, they blew the whistle, go, and everyone just takes off running and moving. And I'm like, what the F is going on here? You know, like, I was blown out of my socks. Like, I didn't know what to do.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
me. It took me a couple times going to figure out, what is this place? What's this about? You know, and now it's one of my most enjoyable times of the year is to go there, you know? So just like Come Out Swinging. So, you know, it's awesome. You create something good, my friend.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, look, we learn as we go. We add new things. We listen to feedback, you know, like Andy and I had a nice conversation after the spring event. Traditionally, everyone shows up on Saturday, and on Sunday, the numbers fall off, right? So this is going to be our 5th event, and we've seen first event this happened, second event this happened, third event this happened. So we're figuring 4th event, it's going to happen. And if you remember, it was cold, it was rainy, and it was windy. And I'm like, people are not going to get out of bed on Sunday morning for the seated hunt. I wasn't expecting big numbers. Well, guess what? 75% of the attendees showed up. And Andy was like, you know, Rob, that area needed to be bigger. And I'm like, you know what, Andy, you're absolutely right. It did need to be bigger. I was not prepared for that. Like, if anybody wants an apology from me, I'll give it to you right now. I was not, because normally we're at 50% or below on Sunday morning. People come back later in the day on Sunday, but that's when we do our seated component, right? It's free as part of our hunt. And, you know, some people just roll in at like 10 o'clock after the seated, or some people come and don't even do the seated. It's just not their thing. They just want to go relic hunt, right? So we were not ready for those numbers. And I was like, all right, you know, we need to always be prepared for the highest number of participants to engage in everything that we do. You know, so, you know, moving forward, we learn from that. Like, I will never not take somebody's message or phone call and have a conversation about how can I'd be crazy not to listen. Even if I don't agree, just tell me what you have to say. We don't have to agree about what we're going to do or how we're going to do it, but I got to at least listen.
No, that's we grow, you know, as humans, we grow, and that's good. It's a good thing.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to jump in and ask Rob here a question. Rob, as far as a lot of these guys in the chat, I mean, I know a lot of the folks in the chat have been to your event, but let's say the ones that haven't, like, how can they look you up? Let's say somebody wants to come to your event. Like, is there a website? What can you tell us for that? I mean,
yeah, the easiest way to do it is Facebook. You just go to Come Out Swingin, you know, with no G at the end. So it's COMEOUT SWINGIN, right? So Come Out Swingin, you know, like we're real hip. And then Andy also has this QR code. Bam! Like, take out your magic thinking device and scan that, and that'll take you right to the registration. So if you're doing this, I'll give you a little heads up. If you do this during the show tonight, right? So between the hours of 7, and then Andy's going to send me a text when you guys log out. If for some reason I can't, you know, stay on the whole time, dealing with my my family duties here. But between the hours of 7 and whenever Andy shuts down the show tonight, anyone who registers is going to get double entries into our prize drawing for registration, right? So the cutoff is going to be August 31st, right? So end of August 31st for the prize drawing, right? But anybody who registered during the Share the Love, Jersey History Hunters, and Bobby Budapester, anybody who registered at our last club hunt, you know, during those hours, and then anybody who registers tonight will get 2 spaces on the wheel instead of 1 space on the wheel. We're gonna do some prize drawings. You know, I know Dustin was just, you know, slapping people around for giving out coins, but I gotta imagine we'll give out some big silver. We'll probably give out some technology, you know, nothing over the top. and maybe a tool or two. We'll pick 3 prizes just for the people who register. And again, you get double entry, 2 spaces on the wheel instead of 1 if you register during the show tonight. So if you're kind of on the fence, if you're on the fence and you're like, I want to register this, but I might want to wait. Now's a good time to get in. And then
I want a yo-yo. What's going on?
Well, it's a light up yo-yo. It's a light up yo-yo, so that's considered technology, right?
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
I'll try and keep it all metal detecting related. How's that sound?
That's awesome. Now, I think we should take a break here and do a giveaway, if that's okay with you, Robert.
That is okay with me.
Okay. What do you guys think? Should we do I guess we'll do a Civil War bullet, a 3-ringer.
All right.
So what we're going to do is Andy's going to do the game and set all that up. And then if Robert can put Andy's email, just send him an email and he'll send it to me and we'll get you your bullet.
Or if you come out swinging.
Some of these guys, I mean, some of
these
guys
come out swinging to get it.
What are we hashtagging? Hashtag ringer.
Hashtag ringer. Dustin, you should throw in some of them cool stickers you got there, bro.
Man, making me give up my good stickers. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'll throw into a come out swinging special edition hologram sticker.
Oh,
how's that sound? There was only 10 of the last version ever printed, and whoever wins here tonight is going to get one.
I have one I got to put on my Jeep. One of your
you might want to wait and see if you win this one, because this one's pretty good. I like the bunny. We caught some slack about the bunny, but I like the bunny.
I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, the logo.
Yeah.
Well, when you call it "Come Out Swinging" and you have a picture of a bunny, girl dressed as a bunny, even though she's holding a metal detector, it's a Fortnite. If anyone has a kid that plays Fortnite, that's a Fortnite character. So we used that Fortnite character and turned her into a metal detectorist, but she has bunny ears under a motorcycle helmet. Somebody drove by the sign and they stopped and asked, what kind of event is this? And they were like, oh, it's a metal detecting event. And they said, oh, well, we saw swinging and a bunny, and we thought it was something else.
Bunny rock.
All right. So you guys get them in, ringer.
Yeah, everybody's still typing it in here yet. Give it a little bit yet. Now, remember, guys, if you guys have any questions for Rob in the chat, I've been reading the chat. That's why I look like I'm looking sideways, left and right, and all that stuff. Feel free to ask any questions, because that's what this show is all about. I mean, it's a good time to ask those questions that you might have, like Nancy had about the Matthew Tomani hunt. You know what I mean? That was a great question. Those are the kind of questions we're looking for Rob tonight. So,
you see what Ace put?
No.
Get this stream to 100 likes and Dustin tattoos COS on himself.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I got a guy for that.
I got a guy.
You might have to get the bunny, though.
Just like a rabbit. All right.
Hey, I heard, Dustin, when you guys had me backstage, I heard you talking about beach hunting, and I'm with you, brother, man. I'll take relic hunting every day.
Beach hunting is just,
it's rough.
Right. It is.
It's watching that sand, watching that sand fill back in, or digging in the water and chasing targets. Whew.
Or sticking your hand in and it's a freaking hook. Ugh.
All right, guys, you ready to draw? We didn't have everybody, either people didn't type it or what. I mean, there's still, I think we got 30 or 30 some. So, well, let's just go for it here. I don't see anybody else typing it, so should be good.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do this.
Let's do this, man.
Let's do this, man. All right.
Back here.
All right, guys, here we go.
Ring a ding ding.
Oh, see all these names?
Oh, I saw a bunch of Jersey Ray bounce out there.
Yeah.
Bob Funk. Woo. Hey, Dustin, you mentioned coffee earlier, and Bob Funk's the winner here. I got to tell you, come and get, I mean, we brew coffee. I'm a coffee drinker, so I brew coffee from 6 in the morning until 6 at night when we're come out swinging. And I got to tell you, we brew Moondoggy coffee, which is Bob and Donna Funk, right? So, shameless plug right there for Bob and Donna. They're our coffee sponsor.
That's okay.
And they give us more coffee than we can ever use. They're gracious enough to do that. In fact, last year at the end of the event, we had a little bit of coffee left over, and I took it over to the it's our multi-service building where they hand out food, you know, in their food kitchen and stuff like that, and they were using it on for their breakfast when people come in from out of the community to get breakfast, and they were brewing it for breakfast. So thank you, Bob and Donna Funk.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
hey, real quick, Rob, do you mind if I mention? I'm not going to go into detail, but they have their deep search hunt next month.
Yeah,
you know
sure,
Bob and Donna Funk, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So deep search metal detecting. I'm a member of their club, right? Donna runs Bob's involved, but let's be honest, Donna runs a great club. And their events are a lot of fun. I mean, if you're looking to go to a fun event, that's an easy event, that's got a butt ton of prizes. Can I say butt ton? A butt ton of prizes. You go to one of Donna's events. Go to deep search metal detecting events. They are a ton of fun, man. Everything they do is so well organized, and it's just there's a ton of energy at those events. They are awesome. I'm embarrassed to say I haven't been to enough, right? But I'm going to be at this one. So I just found out my schedule for some work stuff. I'm going to be able to make it to this one. There you go.
I see Quarter Holder's going to be there. Jason's going to be there. That's cool.
Quarter Holder's going to be there. Jersey Ray's going to be there. Got all kinds of
Oh, I see her now. I see her head.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jersey Ray. That's awesome. Team Lynch. All right, cool.
So I'll see you there then, Rob.
Yes, you will. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there on Saturday, not Sunday. Unfortunately, with some of the stuff I do, I have to pick one day, and I think this time around it's going to be Saturday for me. Last event I went to for them, I went on the Sunday, but this year I might go to Saturday. Yeah, really, really great fun. Like I said, lots of prizes. Different. It's different than Dustin is a little bit. Sometimes they do a little bit of beach detecting, but
he's a wimp.
I was joking. I was telling you guys that it's nothing against it. I just don't like the idea of put my scoop in a hole and then watching all the sand fill it back up. And then
could you imagine if it happened when you dug a plug?
I get mad when the dirt goes down the sides just a little bit. I'm like,
yeah, they do it right for sure.
I have a question for you. Charlie Harley, I heard he helped out on this one with you. He did.
So Charlie's, said on a number of occasions, like, hey, if you guys get jammed up, give me a shout, and if there's anything I can do, I'll help you out. So we had an event, we had a location locked down. We were all ready to go. We were very excited about it. It turned out the people who purchased the property, purchased it recently, purchased it with a lessee, right? So somebody who's leasing some of the property. And the agreement that they signed didn't end the lease. And they're a little concerned about the lessee. He's maybe not the nicest person, let's just put it that way. He's a little wonky. Right? They're a little worried that he could be problematic. Even though they own the land, he's leasing the land. He has first rights to kind of use it for whatever he needs to use it for. So kind of, for us, it was like an 11th hour cancellation. I was putting stuff together to start promoting, and they were like, we're really, really sorry. I said, don't be sorry. Look, stuff happens. So I was reaching out to some other people, and they were like, we don't know that the soybeans are going to be down. We don't know that the corn is going to be down. We don't know that the wheat's going to be down. Can't make any promises. So I reached out to Charlie and I said, I need some help here, brother. Like, what can you do for me? And he's like, all right, let me start, knocking on doors and ringing phones. And I think you maybe mentioned earlier, Jessica's in here. So, Jessica and Charlie went out and did a little reconnaissance work for us. They met the property owner, start collecting some data. Did a little walk around, found out some details. I was talking to Jessica this morning, and she's like, hey, listen, and you'll like this, Dustin. This is flat, no hills. Right. So the first time I really met Dustin, I got a chance to talk to him and spend time with him. I was golf carting him up to the top of a the first property we had come out swinging at, and him and I took some great pictures up there. Remember that, Dustin?
Yeah, I do.
That
I do.
that was like, I felt like I was in Montana, man. That was
That was
a
a
beautiful
time.
day. It was
Yeah,
a beautiful
that
day.
really was.
72 degrees in November, man. You can't ask for more than
Yep.
that in Pennsylvania.
I loved it. That was an awesome day. Was that the first one?
That was the first one.
That was the very first one. Yeah, that was fun.
The first one. Yeah.
So that, I think that's cool. I just thought, that, because I know every year everyone gets all caught up with they're always talking like, why didn't Charlie help, or why is it, and it's like, listen, he does, but he's not a toe stepper, so he's not going to go stepping on anyone's toes. And when I heard that you had reached out, and that he just basically said, yep, I'll do what I can do, I was kind of happy to hear that, because I just think the affiliation, and he's from Boyerstown, and I like that. So I just thought I'd give him a shout out, and you too, for being like, hey, I need your help. And
I'm never ashamed to admit. I mean, I need help. I'm going to ask for it. I saw Bob Funk's comments. The first property was steep. I think people were getting altitude sickness because of the change in elevation from where we set up base camp to where the back end was. It was like, I think it was a couple thousand feet.
The worst though was in that first one. I think it was the first one. You put the porta potty at the top of the damn hill, and everyone leaves and goes down.
Down the hill.
I got down to the bottom of the hill. I'm an old man. I'm like, what? I gotta walk back up to go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh. So
that was that's another one. That was an interesting one. I mean, we were lucky at the first one, and for our event, the size that it was our first event. We had 100 people. We had Mind Lab there. We had the Mind Lab Jeep. I think that was the second time that it was out in public. We had the reps there. We had them set up, and they were demoing equipment, and they had the inflatable and everything. And we haven't really had that success with them again. We've got a partnership with them. We've got a partnership with Garrett. We've got a partnership with First Texas, and they've all been, very good to us. I've got no complaints. Obviously, I understand they're in the business of making money.
Right.
And if you gotta decide where your advertising and marketing dollar is going, should it be going to an event that has 1,000 people or to an event that has 100 people? Yep. I understand. It's a business decision. I would love it if we could get them on board. Again, a little more serious and bring what they bought the first time. But I don't ever foresee, because people ask me this all the time, is Come Out Swinging ever going to be any bigger? I don't foresee that, right? If I get 1,000-acre property, I'm going to chop it up and make it a couple of events. I need, and I want us to be tight and close. I don't want somebody to be a day's walk away, from the registration booth. I want to be able to find people. I want to be able to see people. I want to be able to jump on the gator and drive around and talk to people while I'm collecting trash and handing out water. I want to be able to do all those things. I can't do that on 1,000 acres. And I can't say hi to everybody, and shake hands and hug and fist bump and, do all those things if there's 1,000 people there. I feel like it's, like I said, I went to a high school that graduated 1,000 kids, so it's probably not a good, thing. It's more like a family reunion, right? It's tight. It's good. I like our numbers the way that they are. It's very manageable. And I think people appreciate the ability to interact, when they come.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
actually, Rob, the first time I came to your event, Rob, I didn't even get to talk to you, period.
And look, if you don't, and it's not because I'm avoiding anybody, if you come to the event, you'll know I'm generally there between 5:30 and 6 every day. On Friday, I'll start at like 6 a.m. and I won't be done until like 8 or 9. And I'm not, this is not a pity party. I love what I'm doing. It energizes me. But it's go, right?
Yeah.
I have a hard time. Anyone who knows me will tell you, I have a hard time sharing responsibility. I just do. Like, it's not because of, like, some people say, oh, it's like because you don't like the way other people do things. Like, it's not that I don't like the way other people do things. I just like the way I do things. It's not necessarily the right way. It's just my way, right? And, you know, but I'm starting to learn. Like I said, hey, last year when all those kids showed up, there was no way I was going to be able to keep all those kids happy. So having all that help made all the difference in the world. So now it's like people are like, hey, can I come and help at Come Out Swinging? I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that makes my day that much more enjoyable, because then I can talk to you guys, you know, sit down, have a cup of coffee, maybe even get to swing a detector. Like the first event, it was Drew. I helped Drew close up. I packed up all of our stuff. I helped Drew pack up all of his stuff. It was probably like 4 or 5 o'clock, and Drew looked at me and he's like, we got like an hour left of sunlight. You want to detect? And I was like, hell yes. Hell yes. So we went and detected for an hour, you know? I was like, I haven't detected in like, you know, 2 months getting ready for this foolish thing,
Wow.
you know?
Yeah, that's a sacrifice, man. Thank you. Hey,
I love doing it.
Are we getting Drew back? Because isn't he the guy, our guy now?
Drew is what I call my preferred vendor. You know, my saying is I always dance with the girl I brought. Drew helped me get the first Come Out Swinging off the ground. He got people to show up. He got vendors involved, you know, like Mind Lab. And I tell Drew, I'm like, look, man, we got a great working relationship. As long as it's working for you, it's working for me. If you tell me, hey, it's cool to have this person here because they're not, you know, like when we had First Texas, I said, hey, Drew, I was talking to the First Texas guy. He didn't ask me. I said, but would you be okay if I brought in a First Texas guy? And he goes, you know what? I can actually sell First Texas. I'm licensed. He said, I really don't sell First Texas. So if you want to bring in a First Texas guy, I don't have a problem with that. Right. Those are the type of people I'm looking to work with. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know, let's just be cool about this. There's no reason to get our backs up.
Yeah. You know, Drew's definitely been a big part of the community over. It's kind of like once, you know, Jocelyn went a different route with the crazy lamp lady, and then Drew just took her momentum and kept it going. So it's kind of like, you know, they're both still in it. And when you think of vendors, you know, around this area, you think of him first pretty much. And then, you know, my boy Mike at West Shore Hobbies. But I like, because Drew brings a lot of selection to, hey, you got rid of us. Thanks. he brings a lot of selection. Like, he isn't just bringing metal detectors and digging tools. I mean, not everyone's coming out to a digging event to buy that stuff, and he knows that.
Right.
So he has the Rikers boxes, the books, the magazines. I'm always like, I haven't bought anything big, but I'm always dropping $20-$30 buying all the little things. So, I mean, when you guys are going to this and you see Drew, go over to where he's set up, because, man, he sets up a nice stand, and it usually encompasses a lot. I think did he have, I saw him somewhere, and I think he had Rikers boxes that already had Civil War stuff in it that he was selling. Was that your event?
At our event, he has a partnership with Drummer Boy. I think you mentioned when we were in the backstage. Okay. So yeah, he gets boxes put together with Drummer Boy, and in fact, he donates probably 5 or 10 of those to our event every year that we give away as prizes. We give one away at the kids hunt, and then we give the rest away during like the raffles and stuff as part of like a combo package. You know what I mean? We'll put a couple of Civil War, like a Civil War book, a Civil War magazine, and a Civil War Rikers box, and, you know, do a drawing for that kind of stuff. But you're right, he brings everything.
Yep. Now, one more question. I'll let Andy ask one. I'm sorry, Andy.
It's all good. This one's an easy for me, because usually I do all the talking, so this is a relief. I'm sitting back here just like.
For a second, I thought Andy took a screenshot of himself and left.
Put my dummy here for a while.
For me, this is a very important and emotional question for you, and I want you to be prepared to answer it. And what's the food situation like?
Yeah, that's a very important situation. So if you were at the spring event, you'll know that Chris Dietz from CD's place, who's like, I don't know if you've ever seen these. They used to have them on Route 66, I think. They used to be like called cup of coffee cafes. That were like restaurants that were built in the shape of like a cup of coffee. Remember those? Yeah. So he owns one of the 3 that were in our area, but it's actually a building that was in the shape of like a milkshake, right? So it was like a tall cup with a straw coming out. So he owns one of those. He does an awesome breakfast, but he does so much catering that the restaurant is rarely open. It's like if you drive by and you don't see the I'm catering sign out front, you got to stop in, because like you just tell him like, what are you making today? And he'll just whip up something like not even from the menu, like just to make you happy. But yeah, he did some barbecue for us last year that was just out of this world. He does a great Jamaican jerk chicken. So we always we make the food so easy, right? We'll get the menu from Chris, and then we'll put it up with a QR code link on the Come Out Swinging Facebook page, and you can pre-order your food, so you don't have to deal with it that day.
I got a sub last time, I think.
Yeah, I mean, how much easier is that? It's like, this is what I want for breakfast on Saturday. This is what I want for lunch on Sunday, and then you show up and bam, it's there waiting for you. You don't have to stand in line; it just gets handed to you, and you're off and running, ready to go. We get back to detecting faster. That's what everybody wants, right? Yep. So that's why we designed it that way. So yeah, food will be good. There will be some donuts. I know you like your donuts, Dutchboy. The big donuts. We actually call them small pies. Like they call them, they're these giant donuts. They're like small. They're delicious. Yeah, I'm with you with those.
I'm getting so hungry now. Oh,
right? Yeah,
I gotta go.
I'm realizing I'm fading to black here as the sun's going down. I'm like, wait. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. How's that? I look orange now, more orange than my tan.
Does anyone have? Because before Robert gets blacked out, does anyone have any questions?
Flashlight.
Does anyone have any questions for him?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Does anybody else have questions for?
Hey, buddy.
Orlando, look at them guns, Orlando.
All right, Rob, I got a few questions for you.
All right.
So somebody new coming to your event. Let's say somebody just signs up tonight and they want to know the workflow of each day. Can you kind of you don't have to spend tons of time on it, but let's say you start out on a Saturday, give us like your time frame about what kind of happens between what times, just to give us a quick kind of flow of how is a digger's how's their day gonna be if they come to your event in November?
Yeah, so Saturday morning we'll have registration from 8 to 9. We'll tell people, hey, if you can start arriving, around 7:30-ish, you're still going to have an hour of, full registration. Most of the registration is done online, right? So everybody signed their waivers, using the QR code. Everybody filled out their form, signing, online. Everybody paid online. When you show up, you basically get your band, that has your number on it, says, this is my number, this is who I am. You'll get some, free raffle tickets or something like that. If you're a Boytown Relic Recovery Club member, you get some extra swag in your bag. You get stickers, you get some magazines, all that registration stuff, 50/50. You get to buy tickets for all the drawings. And at the same time, we set up a test garden between 8 and 9 a.m. That stays open all the time. And, I got this idea because my brother-in-law goes down to Virginia all the time, and he does these hunts, and he says, these guys who've never hunted in Virginia show up and their machines just aren't ready to hunt in that red soil.
Yeah.
So, they'll be like, okay, yeah, you can go detect. And then they start walking and swinging. And it's just like, they spend so much time just trying to get their machines ready, to be set up right to hunt in those conditions. So we set the test garden up. We put coins in the ground in there, and we just say like, hey, if you want to go like fine tune your machine, see what's working well here, just go around, play around over there. Sometimes Drew will throw machines out there. I'll throw an AT Pro out there, or throw a Nox or a Vanquish, and just tell people, hey, if you want to try any of this technology, it's out there, go ahead and do that. And sometimes I'll even leave, my machines out there if anybody's, looking to try something different. Then the natural hunt starts, right? On Saturday, that's 9 to 4. And that's, hey, for this property, I know you're going to show the image soon. We've got 80 acres. Over here, there's out of bounds signs. You can't go beyond the out of bounds signs, but everything else is fair game. Make sure you've downloaded a picture of the map to your phone so you know where you can and can't go. If you're using like Onyx or Hunt Minder or something like that, use that app to make sure you're not crossing boundaries. Then we'll like say, hey, this is going to be the time for lunch, and then what we've done is this year around lunchtime, we're going to do the Matthew Tomani hunt. starts like an hour before lunch. It's going to go to like an hour after lunch. So lunch will be 12 to 1. The Matthew Tomani hunt on Saturday will be 11 to 2, and on Sunday at 11 to 2. And then 1 o'clock, kids coin hunt starts. So people from the community start showing up with their kids, right? So most of the detectors are out in the field at this point, but, you know, parents are showing up, Cub Scout troops are showing up, you know, and then we're walking them through. We also have our Brass in the Grass event. That'll start Saturday afternoon. Brass in the Grass is, there's 50 brass tokens in a designated area. You go out, you pay $2, right, to detect in that area. You get a brass token. It's got a number on it. You bring it back, and that gets you whatever prize is, you know, matched to that number, right? So it could be anything from coins to tools to technology, right? We don't do any big prizes in there, but, you know, whatever you get should be worth the price of admission, right? That's the idea.
I think I got a silver round. I did that last year. I think I got like a silver round last year when I did that.
Like one of those like ones with a weird eagle on it, you know, that looks like a coin, but it's not actually a coin. Yeah. And then, you know, other stuff that we have kind of going on throughout the day is Game of Tones. Man, I wish more people would do Game of Tones. It's free. And all you got to do is take a piece of paper and write down what you think is in hole number 1. Right, you just sweep your detector over it, look at your VDI, listen to the tone, and tell me what's in hole number 1. And there's 10 holes in the ground; they're marked, and whoever gets the most right wins the prize. Right, you know, so it's free. Like I don't know.
I'm gonna try that.
I just don't know what I think. You know, my idea there originally I was going to call it the gauntlet, right? You know, where it was kind of like this is the throwdown. Like let's see who really can show their mettle. See what I did there? Because I see all these guys on YouTube and they're like, oh yeah, this is a solid, you know, 26 all day long. This is a Roosevelt dime. I can almost guarantee a Roosevelt. They're almost trying to tell me the date on the dime before they dig the hole. And I'm like, all right, let's see how good you guys really are. I'm going to throw 10 things in the ground. Let's see how many of them you can get these things right. And I will tell you, the first time I did it, there was people who were like, there's a target in here. I'm like, yeah, it's 6 inches down. It's laying flat. And they're like, oh, it's iron. I'm like, okay, sure, it's iron. You know, like, I think it is. You know, and I think some people were put off by, you know, it wasn't necessarily as easy as they thought it was going to be. So I thought like, well, maybe I just made it too hard. So I've dialed it down a little bit. You know, I've gone as far as to bury things like square nails. I did bury a skeleton key one time that pissed a lot of people off. I buried a half dime one time that nobody could find. You know, and even though it was flat, it was 8 inches flat. And, you know, I said, well, maybe you need to tweak some of your settings, like, you know, turn your recovery speed off or down and, you know, turn your sensitivity up. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but it's in there.
Hey, Rob, I got a real quick question to throw in. I know Nancy's been asking me. She's been like, ask him about the T-shirts. Ask him about the T-shirts. What's up with the T-shirts, Rob?
What's up with the T-shirts, Rob?
Last event, I gotta say I love Nancy.
Right? Like the V-neck.
Not in a weird way. Like Nancy, I know Nancy saw. I got my Jersey History Hunter shirt the other day. It's a V-neck, and I posted a picture of myself wearing it. And I said I've been wearing V-necks before Springsteen. So if anybody ever remembers the old first Bruce Springsteen album, he had that V-neck on, right? And that was a little shout out to Jersey History Hunters too, right? So yeah, I love the V-neck. We will have shirts again, and it will have this year's Come Out Swingin' logo, right? Or this event's Come Out Swingin' logo. So every time we do Come Out Swingin', we change the logo, right? So the original logo is a guy like holding a metal detector out in front of him, and he's got a shiner, and he's, you know, making a fist, right? Come Out Swingin'. He forgot the duck. But, you know, every event we change that logo and we come up with a new logo. So there will be new logo stickers. There will be new logo shirts. They will go on sale. We always have a special drawing for anyone who purchases a T-shirt leading up to the event and wears their T-shirt to the event. We put their name in a raffle, and we do a drawing for anyone wearing their Come Out Swingin' T-shirt. And we also do a sticker swap, which is like the strangest thing, but everybody loves this at our event. Like we make this, we just put out a big table, and everybody shows up and just drops their stickers on it. And, you know, the first time when at the end of the event, all the stickers were gone, I was like, man, some kid must have came through and just like cleaned out these stickers. Yeah. And then one of the women who was volunteering, she came out to me and she was like, there was people in here all day long. Like they would lay down 3 stickers and they would pick up 3 stickers. And then they would lay down like a whole stack of stickers and then they would pick one of everything. And I'm like, really? And she was like, yeah, people love that like sticker table. And I was like, all right, well, let's just keep doing the sticker table. And we've done the sticker table at every event and the stickers just get blown out, man. People love them.
Hey, there was a question. I lost who put it out there. They asked, when will we be releasing the sponsor information? I forget. Sorry, I didn't see who.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah,
Sponsor information for previous sponsors will go out on September 1st. So if anyone who's ever sponsored Come Out Swinging previously, they'll get an email, and a message from me saying, hey, are you interested in, locking down whatever you sponsored previously? Because some people sponsor things, right? Like, Moondoggy sponsors the coffee, right? And then Berks County Metal Detecting, Sean and Brian, they sponsor Game of Tones. So we get people who sponsor things. They want their name to show up. And we actually put their logo and the event logo on a sign and the name of what they sponsored, and at the end, we let the sponsors keep their signs. So September 1st for previous sponsors, September 3rd will be general sponsorship information, right? So we'll put that out, to the general public, anyone who wants to sponsor something. If they say, hey, I just want to be a sponsor, you can put my name anywhere, make sure it's on the banner, whatever, put it on a sign, stick it somewhere. I'll sponsor the porta potty. Like people, you want your name somewhere, I'll put it there. That'll go out to the general public on the 3rd, and it'll all go through, jot form. It'll be on Come Out Swingin, and there'll be, again, it's all Donna laughs, but I love QR codes, man. They just take a picture and go.
Yeah, I'll put that up again there at the end of the show before we roll out. That way everybody can kind of click on that. It's an easy route. But let's say we dig into this place. Let's get into this area. You mind if I put that map picture up? Maybe tell us a little bit about the property. Maybe
go ahead.
And any information you can share at least now. Is that cool?
Yeah, let's do that.
You good with that?
Okay, we got the map. We got the map.
Good.
Got the map. All right.
I feel like Dora. All right. So it looks like I did an effective job of blanking out all the property owner names.
Yes.
All right. So one little land detail in the bottom left-hand corner, you may see the word creek poking its head out.
Yeah.
There is a creek on this property. It runs along in this picture, the bottommost portion of the image. I'm trying to get my bearings straight, but I think that may actually be south, for where this farm is.
Gotcha.
It is an 80-acre farm, right? So we feel from a use and comfort perspective, there's going to be about 75 total acres of hunting area. As I said, Jessica and Charlie did some reconnaissance for us. It is flat. It's, pasture and fields. And you see at the top, there are some, wooded features. I haven't dug too deep into the historical maps, but I did look at one that somebody sent me that may show 2 other locations of houses on this property. I always like to let people do a little bit of their own homework, for the people who like to do homework.
Right.
Down the bottom on the other side of that creek, somebody else pointed out to me that one of the oldest schoolhouses in the area was just on the other side of that creek. It dates back pretty far. And there is like a legit, so if you know the Boyertown area, in the spring event, we were at a property that was adjacent to a Revolutionary War encampment, right? So a lot of people didn't know that about Fellowship Farm, but it was not far. We were kind of hoping it was close enough, to be on the outer perimeter of that encampment. But there's actually a monument in Boyertown that says that this was a Revolutionary War encampment. There is a painting in a church not far from this property at all, of General Washington overseeing troops coming to that church to receive medical care from battle wounds. And You know, when they say like, yeah, he stayed here, there's a house not far from this property. He like legit stayed there, like
Well,
him and a bunch of officers in the surrounding property. So it's, one of the things that's great about our area. It's extremely historical. You never know, what you're going to get. My brother-in-law Jeff's been awesome about like educating me about what really went down with those encampments. Like, you see Civil War movies. I know it's bogusly false with all the action that's in it, but I think the Mel Gibson movie captures the encampment scenes really well. Like obviously, the what's the one with Denzel and Matthew Broderick, that does it, as well as also, and how vast they were, like how expansive, the amount of acreage that they actually covered when they set up camp. You think like, camp, like everybody's going to be tight quartered. No, man, they were spread out, for country miles. And all of these, the last property we were at was close to the encampment. This is close to the encampment. So, not giving away too many details. Somebody does some research, does their homework, they might be able to figure it out. But right down the street from this was, I think, the first inn in the area, and it's obviously the oldest inn in the area as well. So there's a lot of history in this area. I'm hoping, the fields produce. We get this question all the time. Did you detect it? If I did, I'll tell you, the first Come Out Swingin event, I detected the property. I literally detected the parking area, and I caught shit, from everybody for, first of all, parking cars on the grass, because people were like, we could have been detecting there. And then some people were like, did you detect it? And I was like, yes, I did. Some people were mad because I detected it, and other people were glad because I was like, here's what I found. I found a button, suspender clip, and a large scent. And that tells me that this is a viable property for us to have our event on. But then people were like, just don't detect it. Then you can always say that it's never been detected and you've never been on there. So it's hit or miss, right? So I've never detected this. Somebody recently asked me, hey, are you going to test hunt this? And generally, if I do test hunt a property, I will pick out a defined area and I will say, okay, Rob, you got a half an hour or 45 minutes, whatever, to just detect in that area and see what you can find. Right. Just to see if it's a viable location. Other people tell me, hey, just walk the fields, and if you see pottery shards, in the plow lines, or it's good, then that's what you're looking for. That's where we want to be. So, it's hit or miss, but no, I've never been on this one. As far as we know, nobody else has ever been on this one.
I have a question. Do I see a pond? Is there a pond?
Is that like to the left of the black line in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the pond. Yeah, looks like it.
That may be a pond. Yes, I have not walked this one yet. Jessica and Charlie walked this one for me because I was in South Carolina. So
I'll have my fishing rod with me.
There you go. Bring your magnet.
Hey, Rob, real quick, Rob, there's a question that some people asked. As far as you mentioned that creek, is that off limits or?
There may be parts of the creek that are off limits because they're close to the main house.
Yeah.
But on the back side of the property to the right there, the creek stays north of the property line, I believe, from some of the zooming in I've done on satellite images. So there may be some water features, that you'll have access to.
Nancy wanted to know, will this be plowed or dead crops we're detecting in?
So it will not be plowed. It will be, I'm no farmer, right? So I think it's wheatgrass right now. So the wheatgrass will come down, and whatever they do with the fields when they're done with wheatgrass, that is what will be done with this. But it's not going to be stubble because Charlie and Jessica kind of explained stubble, I believe, to them. Or at least Charlie did, I think. Somebody told me they talked about how it would be finished, and they said it would be good for detecting.
I believe Charlie. That's cool. That is cool. I'm excited. I mean, I'm going to help out, but I'm excited for the whole event. This sounds like a good time. It looks like a good time. I'm looking at the features.
Oh, that's the idea, right? You're looking at my feet. You're looking at my features, Dustin.
No,
I mean,
we've
had a conversation about this.
That's enough on the map. Too much map for you.
Let's do
that's right. Right now, people are Google image searching that map right now.
Hey, speaking of Charlie, he just popped in the chat. So welcome, Charlie.
There he is. Hey, Charlie.
He was watching some volleyball. All right,
Yeah.
let's do another giveaway.
We can do that.
Is that okay, Robert?
Yeah. Go for it, man.
We'll hold Robert for a little bit yet hostage, and then I know he's sitting in his car. He probably wants to get the heck out of there. So
he's going to need a break here for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
and
hey,
I got an idea for a new component to our event. I want to get some feedback from people, maybe.
All right. So the next bullet is going to be a cleaner bullet. What do they call them? A Williams cleaner. There would be a piece that would go in here. So this is going to be a cleaner bullet and another sticker.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. That's as creative as I can get.
So good.
So what do you want to use for the word? What
bang, bang,
bang, bang,
bang, bang.
Charlie Harley, I already mentioned you, brother. You can go to sleep. Get out of here, kid. Get out of here. I already mentioned you.
Oh, Rob went to sleep.
I did. I went to full black. I'm like 0
I see his glasses
right now.
I see his glasses looking in. I don't think we have much left for him anyway. We'll do this and then we'll wrap it up.
Well, every time I try to fire up the car, it switches over to Bluetooth, and I'm worried about there being an echo loop, so I shut the car off.
All right, how many you got in there?
I think we'll bust it out quick because I think we're already up to getting there. Type in bang quick, everybody. You say you do have something else that you want to say, Rob? We'll get you back.
One more thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, one more thing,
okay.
If you do your drawing.
Okay.
Just get some. I want to put an idea out there to some people and see how they feel about it.
Right on. Everybody type it. All right. Let's get
Charlie, I love you, brother. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you got home safe.
All right. Here we go.
Let's do this. Here it goes.
There it goes. Oh.
FLX detectorist. And remember, send your contact Andy, give him your info, and then I'll get this stuff out to you this week.
Are you writing their names down? Yeah, I guess just send me your information, FLX, to the email address.
I didn't write anyone's name down.
That was Bob Funk was your first one.
Okay.
So. All right.
So, hey, it took me 2 seconds to remember this, but I saw Joe said he posted earlier that I yelled at him at the first event, and he's absolutely right. I did. If anyone ever wants to hear a funny story, come find me at Come Out Swinging. I'll tell you how I yelled at like 30 people like a madman, only to find out that the property owners on the adjacent property said that it was okay to hunt in their yard. I was flying down the street yelling at people like a crazy person. All right, here's my idea, right? So I mentioned earlier I've got my my Tesoro Toltec 2, right? I still have that detector. It's a beautiful piece of equipment. I was wondering if we shouldn't have some kind of an old detector showdown.
That'd be fun.
You know, like almost like an old car show, right? So bring your old detector, right? And its best condition, and we'll put them out like on display. We'll have one of our volunteers keep an eye on to make sure nothing happens to them, and then we'll have like a drawing for first in show, like the best old detector in the best working condition, and then maybe we'll take them out into like the little detecting area, and we'll put them through their paces and see what they're capable of doing.
Right, like a car show for detectors.
A car show for detectors.
I love it. Shine it up.
That's right. Shine it up.
Get
some fresh cable skins on there.
Yeah. I wish I had an old detector.
Now you're going to be looking for one.
I'm always like, as an antiques dealer at the auctions, I'm always looking, and it's funny, those old whites coin masters, like the big blue box and all that. Those things still go for over $100 at auctions and stuff. It's like incredible.
Wow.
I'm gonna have
good stuff.
bite the bullet.
So that's an idea I'm kicking around. So,
well, Robert, you are awesome.
Hmm.
You know, you've been a part of the metal detecting community for the last couple of years. I mean, you've probably been part of it longer than that, but for me, I've seen you the last 3-4 years, and I absolutely thank you for coming on, and I can't wait to hang out with you. I mean, this is going to be a different event for me because this is going to be the one where I'm just coming to help, and I look forward to it. I really, really do.
Well, we appreciate you being there, and like I tell all the volunteers, like, I want you to come and swing your machine. So I'm not going to make you work all day. Hopefully we get. I'm going to reach out to Trey here soon. I'd love to get finders keepers involved again, and that's kind of the thing you and I were talking about, and cataloging all the finds and where they're coming from, and so if somebody doesn't have the app, we can get you out in the field and do that. So it'd be awesome, man. I appreciate it.
I just like being a part of it, and then let me know about the other thing for the.
Yeah, you're very generous offer for sure.
I'll make sure you get that, and then also we can talk about what coins and stuff you want for the kids hunt.
Donations,
the donations for that too. So, but I got nothing more for you other than love and respect, and I wish you all the best, and I thank you for coming on our show.
Well, I appreciate being here. You guys are a ton of fun. I always enjoy myself every time I come on. I know, we could probably go on and on and on and on. But, I look forward to seeing everybody come out swinging. I think we had 4, maybe 5 registered during the show. So thank you very much. That gets us that much closer. And as some of my good friends say, peace, love, and detecting.
There you go.
Hey, thanks again, Rob, for joining the show.
Yeah.
Taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
I appreciate it.
If you want to sit
hopefully
back,
you get some new subs tonight, right? I heard you say you had some new names in here tonight, right? Barnfresh is in here tonight. Josh Burner. You got a couple of other people. I heard you say, like, let's sub this up, man.
So everyone knows Robert's leaving right now, but the show still goes on. So I see some people like, good night, everyone.
No, don't go nowhere.
Yeah, we still got
something to give away, right?
So you can go to bed now, but
you don't want to miss the giveaways.
You don't want to miss the giveaways.
Right. All right, Rob. Thanks so much, brother.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
See you.
See you. What a good guy. He represents well. All right, it's time for a giveaway. We talked about it.
You got to leave a little bit of I don't know. I guess the proper word for it is. You don't want to give all the info away. You can't. You just got to go check out the event and kind of see for yourself. You know what I mean? And that's.
If you've watched this and you are on the fence going to it, jump off the dang fence and go experience it. This area is historic. You're not going to, I hope everyone leaves with pockets full of relics and coins. But generally at these things, you got to figure you're divvying it up amongst, 100 some people or whatever it is. Your greatest opportunity to find something historical is going to be at this event because of the area. You're talking about Revolutionary War camps. Come on. What more history can you want? So if you're on the fence, jump off the fence and go ahead and register. You will not be disappointed. You'll come, you'll have a good time, you'll hang out. Just check your expectation level at the door until you've experienced it. Right. So come with an open mind and just soak it all in. And there's enough people there that they will help you, even if you're new. They'll help you. That's why it's a family-friendly event, and and we don't mean like family, like bring all your little kids. Bring your kids. They could be in that, but family, as far as I should say, community. Everyone out in those fields will probably help you if you need help. So if you're new and you're on the fence, come along. People will help you out. We'll get you through this thing. So like I said, jump off the fence and let's get her done. All right, you want to do that giveaway now?
Yeah, I already put #Dustin there for the giveaway.
All right, so let me pick another good bullet. I'm going to pick another bullet, and then after this one, we'll do a bell. How's that?
Bullets and bells. Bullets and bells.
So there you go. Nice 3-ringer. I guess that would be a drop, right?
You know, this sounds goofy, Dustin, but like a lot of these people might have found 3-ringers. Like, let's say if I won your 3-ringer, this is probably what I do with it. And don't get offended by me saying this, but like when I make my test gardens, I usually take
it's a great thing to put.
Yeah, I would take your item and put it in the ground and use it as a test. So it's not like a prize. It's like, oh, I dug 1,000,000 of those. Yeah, I did too. I mean, I got a crap ton of them right next to me.
Yeah, but I got handfuls of them. Yeah, you know, and that's a great idea to help you dig lead. And also, there's people out there that don't have any. You gotta remember, we're pretty lucky where we're located at.
Oh yeah, definitely. People say that in the chat.
Yeah, there's people that have no access to Civil War anything, and that might be their only thing they have to show for. You know, hey, I won this at a thing. No matter what the reason is, you know, I hope you enjoy it. So
yeah, Patty Disharoon said I never found one. I mean, depending on where your area is, you might have never held one. You know what I mean?
I've never found one at a. I found one in Gettysburg. Okay, but it was on a group hunt. And aside from that, the other 4 or 5 I found were in fields all over the place. That, you know, guys took them home. So, all right.
Yeah, guys, thanks for hanging in there with us still. We appreciate it. We're going to talk a little bit about our next show, which is going to be a really big one as well. We'll go into that a little bit later here. We're just going to hang out and chat with everybody. Sometimes it seems like we don't get a chance to talk to everybody in the chat. So we'll try to get back to that here after his maybe get some
thoughts. Guys, you know, we're all out there pounding the same dirt. We're all out there sweating. We're all out there doing the same thing with the same goals. Let's not take ourselves so serious sometimes, you know, and that's what this show is about, is let's have some fun, and let's keep it fun, because when things stop being fun, then you don't do them no more. So let's keep it fun. Let's keep everything in perspective in our community, and love each other and do the best we can for each other.
That's right. All right, brother, let's do this.
Sorry, Ro. Ro, you got Indian War stuff up there, don't you? Ro said, "I wish I could hunt Civil War relics."
Here we go. We're going.
We're off to the races. I like Rose with that little horsey thing.
Booyah! She wins.
Hey! I don't know why I'm so happy Ro won, but I am. There you go, Ro. Dig on.
Awesome.
Should.
Oh, froze up a little.
Let's do a bell, and then you can orchestrate after that. How's that?
Okay, yeah, we'll do a bell quick, and then we'll talk to the talk to the chatting friends here.
Let me find a good one now. I want to find
a good bell. Come on, man.
Get a good one, man.
Hey, I hope you're gonna throw in a sticker or two when you're.
Everyone's gonna get a sticker.
All right. Stickers.
Yeah, everyone will get a sticker and one of my cards. I'll do this one. I like this one.
Dustin got his new stickers. Ooh.
Let me get. How's that, guys?
Yeah.
That says 5 on it, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
I have checked all the clappers to make sure there's no coins in them. So if anyone, when you get it, and you're like, I wonder if there's a coin. You know that story, right, Andy? If the clapper went out, a lot of times they would put coins in them.
Oh, yeah?
Yup.
Everybody type #bell, and then we'll roll with that. Crota bell. Anybody out there dig? I've done a lot of those, Dustin, man, in the fields over the years. I've got
the sleigh bell. This is the sleigh bell. And yeah, let's give a little instruction, Andy. All so right. For those of you who don't know, this is a sleigh bell. If you look at the top here, it's got a pin in it, you know, and that keeps it onto the strap. Okay, that's a sleigh bell. A crotal bell.
Oh yeah, okay, different kinds.
Will be identified by we'll call it what, the shank.
Right.
And so that's a crotal bell. So when you're out there and you're digging and you find one, now you know the difference between a sleigh and a cradle bell. And the cradle bells go just as small as sleigh bells too.
Gotcha. Robert Dix, thanks for coming in the chat. I don't. Some of these guys, I don't know if I said hi to. Robert Dix, I don't think I did. So how's it going,
Night,
Robert?
Charlie. All right, so you want to do this one? What do you bell? Type in bell.
Oh yeah, they've been typing it.
Oh, okay. I'll pay attention. You guys have been a great crowd tonight. Thank you so much. And
Yeah,
I see we got some people back watching us and hanging out with us that haven't in a while, and I'm very happy for it.
We had two people from, well, one guy was from, some person was from London, and there was actually somebody from the UK as well tonight. So that's pretty cool.
That's always impressive when you get them over the pond.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, this is awesome. Good show, guys. You guys are a great crowd. Let's see. We got them all in yet?
I think so. Let's check it here.
Right bell for this nice little sleigh bell.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go for it.
Still has the strap on it.
Let's go. There it goes. Hey, Ace.
Yeah, I'm not sending that out. Do it again. Do it again. You're lagging, Andy.
Yeah, it's when I do those giveaways.
Yeah, it takes up a little bit.
I'm like, yes. All right, I'm back.
Congrats, Ace. We love you, brother. One of our earliest supporters, and he's always been there for us and tunes in as much as he can. And glad he won. That's awesome.
Guys, if you missed it already, the email is at the bottom there for the last winner or two. And Ace down there, the email address, I'll forward that on to Dustin, and he'll get that stuff out. So,
and then I can start sending you junk mail.
There you go. People's comments cracking me up sometimes. Funny. So yeah.
What else you got, Ian?
No, just so how many people here are going to come out swinging? Just let us know here real quick. I'm kind of curious. I think I'm sure Jersey Ray's probably going. I'm sure Teresa. I don't know if Teresa's gonna go.
Nancy's going. I know
Nancy's gonna go. Audra's probably going. Bobby's probably going.
Yeah, I'm sure Bobby's going. If Audra's going, and Nance. Joe Setti. I wonder if Joe Setti's going. Yeah, Joe will be there.
Yeah, Joe was there last year. Alan Hendricks will be there. Donna Funk said, "Yep." I don't know. Maybe she's going.
Yeah.
Hollywood
Looks like
Joe
most
says
most of the people in here are going.
Yeah.
Digging, you're just screwed.
Too far.
Too far to go here. Nothing happened there.
Right.
Too bad they don't have like a native artifact detector, you know?
Right.
Right. Shut up, Dustin.
So, all right. Well, no big deal. I was just curious. I'm just
How many are going to dig stock? Because that's going to be what Andy's going to tell you about. Our next show is going to have those guys on.
Yeah. So we'll go into that now real quick. So the next show we're going to have, I guess it's September 11th, right? I think.
Yes, sir. Yep.
September 11th, we're having Peter and Matt on from Dig Stock. They're going to give us some inside secrets and some kind of like an overview, kind of like tonight was, to give you a little bit more information. I know sometimes going into an event, it's a little funky, and you wish you were able to ask some questions about like, hey, where can we get food at? Where can we stay at? Those are the kind of questions that Dustin and I are going to ask, you know what I mean, for this event, just to help, you guys that are going, or if you're thinking about considering going, that would be a show to watch, and maybe we can help you out in some type of way. So, but no, they're going to tell you about the property, probably about, the food trucks, there'll be beer trucks, all that stuff. I'm excited to hear about it, Dustin, because I'm going. So I'm going to be asking.
My eyebrows pop up. You said food and beer trucks. I'm like, what?
I'm going to be asking questions because I want to know,
Yeah.
So I know. So
And those guys, just like Robert, they're professional, they're well spoken, and
right.
make sure you hit them with your questions, especially if you're someone that's never gone or thought of going. Ask the questions that keep you from going or thinking
Yeah.
of going. Like it's too far. Well, some things are too far, but if you can get there within a day, you go a day before and then you leave a day after. But yeah, make sure when these guys come on that you're asking them some challenging questions. You ready to do another giveaway?
Yeah, I want to see if Donna Funk's still in here because I want to get her. I want to get her link for the event here coming up next month.
Yeah,
so
Donna.
If Donna's in here, what's that?
I was just saying the same thing. She's here.
Yeah, Donna's here. Donna, if you can put your link in there so I can share your link for the Deep Search metal detecting event. That's a metal detecting event, guys, next month, the 24th and 25th, I believe it was. And that's a beach hunt. So that's something a little different. I mean, since we're talking about events, I'm like, hey, might as well talk about all these current events coming up.
Yeah, whatever we can give our people. Yep.
But yeah, if anybody has any type of links, any moderators or anyone that can put up a link for Donna's gig there for next month, the Deep Search Metal Detecting Club, feel free to put that up. But I'm going to go to that as well, Dustin. Viddy's probably going to go with me. I'm hoping. He didn't get back to me, but I'm hoping to team up with him and go and try something different. Like you said, if you've never been to a hunt like that or any event, give it a shot.
Absolutely. Greg Blake, we will be doing a live stream from Dig Stock. Yeah, that was part of our deal going up there. Is we're going to do a live stream from there, and I know I'm pretty sure I'm going to the spring event as well, and Andy's going to try to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking is we'll go. We'll walk in the fields a little bit, show you guys some stuff, and show you some finds, and take you there with us. So that's a great thing that you put there because it's exactly one of the reasons why we're going. Right. So it should be pretty interesting. Yeah, it's first hunt on Saturday for that Donna's event is free.
Yeah.
You can't beat a free hunt.
Yeah, I mean, and so from what I understand, also so I like beach hunting, and Donna was basically saying, I think she said, like a lot of the houses around there, Dustin, were like $1 to $3 million houses, and these people are living at the beach, so those beaches could have some mad jewelry, just outside the hunt. Like if the hunt ends, she said you have free roam
to go to the houses and take what we want.
Yeah. But like you can hit the beach up after, the events, hang out with some people, meet new friends. That's why I'm going because, I'd like to meet some people from the New Jersey area that maybe I haven't yet met in person. So, I mean, it's a win-win, really. I mean,
I just know there's no way my wife's going to let me go to the beach without her. There's just no way.
Right.
But, oh, wow. Start at $3 million for a house. Wow. Well, if we all got together and just walked up to a house and was like, hey, we're here to party, you think they'll let us? No.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, check that event out. If you guys, I mean, it's coming up quick, but I'm sure there's some spots left. And I mean, if Saturday is a free hunt, I don't know if there's a cutoff for that. But I mean, it sounds like it's awesome. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about all these hunts coming up, man. It sounds.
Yeah, I kind of feel reinvigorated the last couple weeks. Right. I don't know why, but I just feel like I've doubled my efforts to just enjoy this hobby more for what it is, and which is the main part of it is getting out and doing it.
Right.
You dive in the ponds, but I hope everyone else is feeling that of very excited, very happy to be out doing the things that we can do, that we love doing.
Right.
So yeah, you want to do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway.
Let's do one more giveaway yet, and then we'll see where we're at here.
No, we have to at least do two because I want to give this big.
We'll keep blabbing about stuff people want to talk about.
Here's a question, you guys, for the next drawing. This isn't the hashtag. Do you want me to put up a bullet or do you want me to put up a bell?
A bell.
So just put in there what you'd rather see up for the giveaway, a bullet or a bell.
Bullets and bells.
Bells take the day.
Yeah, bells are.
Well, then a bell it shall be.
Let me see here once. Everybody type in hashtag Dustin because Dustin's idea on this one. This is all Dustin, guys. So thank Dustin for this bullet and bells giveaway. This was completely his idea. So we'll have him type his name in there. He just wanted to do something different than, the normal. So
yeah. And giving away coins and stuff like that, that's cool. I mean, it really is, but I just thought let's just switch it up a little bit,
Right. Dustin for the bell.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah. So what everyone's putting in my name. All right. Dustin for the bell.
And guys, if you haven't checked out Dustin's channel yet, check him out. I know there's some newer people in here. We're all just trying to get some more friends over at our channels. It's really hard getting noticed out there with so many channels of metal detecting. Yeah. It's not a huge deal to us, but it is nice to get some new friends, and it's always cool to hear people talking about your videos or commenting. I like responding to comments that I get. I try to comment to some people's videos as much as I can. I enjoy watching everybody's content, so it's definitely cool.
I know I was on. Well, Diggin does a million live streams, I should say.
Yeah,
she's like, I woke up. I was a live stream. I'm going to bed, and I'm watching them.
Yeah, I watch them too. She gets me every time. I'm drinking coffee, and in the morning she'll just show us her chickens and just. But I watch it too, and I'm like, I get drawn in by it, and I'm like, hey, whatever. It's kind of interesting, I guess.
Now I watched I think Jersey History Hunters and Bobby's.
Yeah.
Mondays are tough. That's probably the toughest day for me, and I think that's Nancy, isn't it? Because I like to turn into ambient girl digs.
Yeah.
That's
and we got Aldria on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, Bobby Buddha. I can't. It's hard to remember them all, man.
I always say this. We need a directory. It's gotten to that point where we need a directory of, so people can pick and choose and plan. We're all getting busier and busier, and it'd be cool if we could plan, ahead.
Right.
Is Friday night? I think Joe said he did I tuned in for that. Joe said he did Digging After Dark. Is that what it was called? Digging After Dark. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you got Jersey Ray Diggs. You got Digging on Fridays. I think Jersey Ray Diggs is on Wednesdays. Berks County, I don't know if they don't do anymore. Man, I don't know. There's so many to remember.
Yeah, and Ro, you're right. I do love it. It's just funny.
But yeah, if I missed anybody, I apologize. I'm trying to remember all the channels right now.
If we didn't get you, there's nothing personal on that. It's
John and Shelly, Dustin's Thursdays.
Are you serious? That's another day that we need.
Forget about.
I think Nancy, I'm going to reach out to you this week and try to make some sort of directory, or if anyone else wants to with me, we need to do that, and then we'll put it on the show so that everyone knows everyone. And then if we miss one, you could tell us, and we'll put that in there. So.
Right. Running with Scissors, welcome to the show. Just
Running with Scissors, that's a name.
We got 38 people in here still, man. They're just hanging out, chat. Some people just like hanging out. They're just
Did you get everyone in?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Hey, Running with Scissors, type in hashtag Dustin real quick.
And then we're going to do a giveaway for this bell.
Yep. Hashtag Dustin the last minute here real quick, guys. Sorry to keep you waiting. We got blabbing on there for a while.
Well, that's what we do.
Blah, 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 blah.
And you said you were creek detecting today.
Yeah, I didn't find crap today.
Now, Andy, do you take a kayak with you and do that?
Yeah, we did kayak. Probably, if we were in a tube, it would have took probably 6 hours. Yeah.
So the kayak, you go back upstream then?
Oh, no, we get 2 cars.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me draw this real quick, and I'll tell you a little
Yeah.
more about that kind of deal. Let me see here quick. All right, guys, we're going to draw this quick. We're going for it. Share screen. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Do this. I'm prepared a leg here. I prepared a leg for me. Turn into a stick figure.
I got after this.
Hey.
Yeah, my man. I love Joe. That's awesome. Congratulations, Joe Setti.
Am I unfrozen? Okay.
Yeah, you're unfrozen. Yeah, Joe, you're new. I think it's new. Maybe you've been doing it, but if you want to throw that into the chat, like the link to that nighttime digging after dark, because that was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Relic Radio, listening to them, that was pretty interesting.
Ken King's Relic Radio.
Yeah, I like that.
I was on his show. It's been a while now, but Ken called me and asked if I wanted to be on the show. That was pretty interesting. It was kind of different, Dustin, because you know how we were on Maddie's show actually right before his dad passed away. That's like audio and visual. That's just a radio show. So I'm just on the phone.
Yeah,
It's like Gypsy and I just drew blank.
Amanda.
You know, an Amanda's show, correct? And it's basically the same thing. So not everybody has an audio visual. It's just more of an audio type.
Night, Alan. Good luck with that. I remember those days. First day of school for his kids tomorrow.
First day. Oh man.
Oh yeah. I'm so glad my kids are grown.
Yeah, Treasure Vortex was Mondays. That's right.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Mondays that's one of them crazy days, you know, like I think we're going to work on that. Digging After Dark is Friday night. Bro, digging every day you are on, okay?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, this is that's funny. Drum Detect, thank you. I saw a couple people say they subbed me while we're in the show here. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the videos. Go to the videos and watch them. And then if you don't like them, you can unsub me. How's that for asking for a sub, huh? If you don't like me, get rid of me. But I don't think you'll do that.
So can we talk about the new detector for a little bit before we break off? I got to know, everybody. I don't want to know about it.
Well, and remember, we still have one more. I want to give this away tonight. So if we can talk about that dang detector.
Please.
Yes, by all means.
All right. So, guys, everybody knows. I don't know. They called it the Manatee. I thought it was called the Beast. It was called the Manticore, the Manticore. I didn't know what the heck this thing was called. I just know it looks really cool. I don't know if there's any CTX users in the house. I know Dustin uses the MindLab Equinox. I use the MindLab Equinox. To me, it's exciting. I mean, I've been waiting. The one reason why I didn't buy a Deus 2 because I feel like MindLab's always kind of has the upper hand, not on the detector technology, but they're really sneaky with that kind of stuff. And I think they were waiting for, Manticore, that's right. But I don't know if anybody else is interested in the machine. I know the price point's $1,500. It's a little steep, but considering what it does, you know, it seems like it's pretty nice. What did you think about it, Dustin? I mean, I won't talk about it all night long, but
I talked to Viddy about it.
And Viddy does give us a little bit of intel on it.
Yeah, basically, from what he said, the thing he likes the most is the new screen. And apparently they've taken technologies from other MindLab detectors, even lower ones, and put them into this to make everything more simplified. But there really is no information on the actual technology other than if it's already been used before, like the 2ID system, I think is used on another detector. So other than any of the features that were brought from other detectors and put into this one, he didn't have any real new specifications or details.
Right.
Basically, they gave all the dealers the same thing, that little thing that tells you what everything is and all that. I mean,
There
Joe
are,
said he's on here. I mean, Joe might know more if he's
yeah.
still on here too.
There's a lot of leak videos, Dustin, that like people from UK are already using them. Like, not using them like, oh yeah, I watched some videos tonight. They were saying how the sounds. I know the VDI is going to be your 0 to 99 now versus your 0 to 40. That was one thing I was really looking forward to on the Equinox. I was kind of bummed about that, but a lot of cool switches there, I think, to come for the new machine. I guess time will tell if it's going to be any better. They were swinging stuff and saying it was like 16 inches from the coil, like normal size coins. Like, I don't know. I mean, it could be hearsay, but they were trying to show this all live on the one video I watched. They always hype up the new machines, and it's how it is.
I'm all for any machine that can separate, trash signals better.
Right.
And I'm all for a machine that can give us a clear idea of what's in the ground before we dig it. So I got no problem with that. And I hope, it'd be great if it had those features. I'll run out and get one, but I'm not going to get all excited ahead of time till, I see it.
Kimberly,
and then also,
Kramer said I watched that video.
A lot of us, upgraded to the Equinox at the same time because, a lot of us were getting out of Garrett machines. And to be honest, like everyone was hooked on the Pro. Well, Joe, tell us, dang it, what do you know? That's what I'm saying. Joe, you want to come on? I'd bring you on. We'll bring you on if you want to come on.
It's probably top secret info.
But we all went out and upgraded our technology within the last 4 years, and I don't have it. Like, I had issues with the detectors I had.
Right.
Like, I love Garrett. They're great entry level machines, and I am going to use the word entry level, okay, because they're easy to really just use. You can almost say the same for any machine when they come out the box. But anyway, they had their limitations with trash.
Right.
And the Mind Lab came out. I haven't had any issue on it. Could it separate better? Yeah. We all would love to know if you go over something that says, this is a Mercury dime, 1920, But, I'm pretty happy with with the Equinox right now.
Right.
But I'm interested because, like I said, if it can get me in more trashy areas, because let's face it, we all walk away from the damn trashy areas. If I can get into more trashy areas, I'll do it.
The one thing I get discouraged about, especially in creeks and stuff, so I do a lot of creeks right now, and I know any detector really has a hard time with really deep iron. Like, you'll get that blippy signal, and sometimes they can be coins. And I'm one of them guys that I'll dig it, man. If I'm in doubt, I'll dig it out. And I dig so many of those deep nails sometimes where they're just kind of clippy. But I've dug coins already that sounded just like that. And I know any machine has a hard time with really deep iron. It'll do that. So I think my biggest thing would be like maybe better stabilization between those non-ferrous and ferrous targets at deeper depths, I guess, would be a big one for me for sure. So,
well, what did I just read here? Drew Henderson was saying that, he digs so many bottle caps. And you know what? They do ring up like pennies, don't they? They ring up those old bottle caps will ring up because they had copper in them, I guess. So they'll ring up like a penny so yeah, I feel you there. But once again, you got to dig it all.
Yeah, there was an update as well on the Equinox. I don't know if Drew knows that, but I don't know if it was the FE or the F2 was the second version of the update, but it helps distinguish between bottle caps and coins better. It was an update. When they first came out, it seems like they had updates every so often, and now Equinox really hasn't had any updates since, God knows when. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more about it. Like, I don't don't get my disposition and wording wrong. Like, I'm excited for any new detector, but right. If we're not going to get access to it for X amount of months, there's no use for me getting too excited. Now, I guess from that they'll be coming out what, late fall, early winter.
I don't know, Joe. Spill the beans, man.
Joe, when do they come out?
I don't know if he means buy a Deus, Deus 2, Andy, or it says but a Deus. He probably means buy a Deus 2. I don't know.
Yeah, and see, I've heard that. Like, I really have heard that. Even the first Deus, that they are excellent in trashy areas. I guess the only thing I got worried about with that is I heard there was like programming and there were some other things to that. But when I held a Deus,
Yeah,
my goodness, it didn't even feel like it was in my hand. They're so light.
I think the ergonomics, Dustin, on the Deus 2 and just the lightweight. I have a Deus 1, or like the original one, and I still like it. I got it real cheap from a guy that bought the Deus 2, a machine I always wanted to use, and I got it, and I like using it. It's still a great machine. Deus, I think, hands down, is best in iron, man. It's just like just awesome machines in that crappy iron infested stuff. I'm sure Joe knows. I mean, if he's a Deus user, he's probably attest to that same thing. So
does Will have one or two?
Will has the one. Well, he sold his one, but he has it two.
Okay.
We were hoping to get. So we're on the wait list already with Vidi. So you're gonna be too late now, brother. You get one. But we're hoping to do a comparison between the Deus 2, the original Equinox, and then the Manticore, whatever. You know what I mean? Just it's
hey,
people want to see that.
He sponsors me. I'm just going to drive to his house and take yours when it comes in. Don't worry about it. No, I'm trying to keep up with Joe.
The chat, yeah.
It's kind of like when Joe talks, people listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hutton. Yeah, amazing in iron. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Joe, do you think that this new Mind Lab is going to be similar as far as trash discrimination?
We have a show called Ask Joe. We'll have him on as a
Joe. Hey, Ask Joe.
Ask Joe.
What a good group. You guys are still hanging tough. Thank you so much.
We don't need to drag them on too much longer, Dustin. I know
let's at least do this giveaway. And guys, I promise you, we'll revisit the bullets and the rest of the bells. I bought them for you. Right. So we'll have those for future giveaways.
And, we'll throw some other stuff in, like usual T-shirts, bags. I got a bunch of goodies in my little treasure chest back there.
I just got in like my new. I'm so awkward with this camera. I just got in my new shirts and my new hats and stickers and stuff like that. I just didn't get any quantity because I didn't know if they'd suck. So once I get more, I'll have some of that stuff to give away too. If anyone's interested, no one might be interested. So.
Guys, I don't know what he's going to give away yet, but I'm going to say #thanks. And when I say #thanks, it's just thanks for hanging in there with us tonight. Before we roll out, just type #thanks for tuning in for Robert, a great guest. Hopefully you guys, a few of you sounded like signed up that were watching, and you check out those other events that we mentioned as well. So,
yep, if you're on the fence, get the heck off the fence. Get out and do it. If it's money, I understand. I really do. At times right now are a little wackadoo. So, but yeah, if it's not money or time, just do it, man. Enjoy yourself. I'll walk with you and hang out with you if you're new.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Awesome crowd tonight. I'm very happy seeing, some of those old faces come back and check us out. Very, very grateful for that too.
Yeah, while we're talking real quick, we were talking about the kayak. So today, the place I went, this is kind of a neat story. The place we went kayaking down through today is through an old amusement park.
Wow.
Yeah, and it shut down. It was an old amusement park, and they made a brewery, believe it or not, along the float. So when you're floating down through, you can actually pull over and eat dinner and have a beer, get back on your boat, and you can keep floating downstream. It's pretty neat. And you do this all by boat.
You had me at dinner and beer.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I mean, it's like
all the amusement park.
What's that?
What was the amusement
I
park?
ain't gonna tell you, man. I ain't gonna tell you, man. Can't tell you my secret.
You know I'm not going in the water, but you know someone else might. So.
But anyway, it was a neat float because I mean you got to detect, you can eat dinner, you can grab a drink if you want. It was like an all inclusive digger's dream, you know what I mean? So it's pretty neat.
Jersey Ray, I walk with you anytime, lady. Anytime. She said, what if we're not new?
Right. All right, guys, you want to do this?
Yeah, man.
Well, you're not holding everybody up.
Everyone in there? Everyone got theirs in?
Let's check it out. Yeah, buddy. All right, let's go for it. Always got to check it.
No, Robert, I don't think there's any weed bars.
Here we go.
Good luck, everyone. Hey! Olin always wins something, don't he?
Got my leg probably kicking here.
Don't forget, send your info to Andy, and I'll get this stuff out to you. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be out of town the next couple of days, so I'll probably be sending this out over the weekend or early next week. So don't freak out that you didn't get it by the weekend, because I have some stuff I got to be out of town working. So.
Right. Olin, the email address is scrolling across the bottom there. Just make sure you email me, and I'll make sure that Dustin gets that information.
Yeah, what a night, Andy. What a night. Robert is so awesome. And that come out swinging, I think this will be the one that knocks it out the park. I really do. I have a feeling.
It sounds like a promising spot. I mean, it's like he said, you never know. And then he made that quite clear. I mean, you can't go to these events thinking you're going to go home and kill it. I mean, getting tons of stuff, but you never know. And that's the name of the game in this hobby. If you don't go into that knowing that, you're in the wrong hobby. You know what I mean? So how many days have you come home skunked like me today? I mean, I'm in a creek next to an amusement park. We hit it before already, but I mean, there's days that just aren't as good as others. So it's, you got to remember there's other things to look forward to on those hunts. And that's, the fellowship, meeting new people, just all that other good stuff. So you know how it goes.
Hey, when's our September meeting for our group?
What, the Lancaster Research?
Yeah.
That's usually the first Tuesday of the month. Lancaster Research and Recovery Club is a club that Dustin and I are in. Meets the first Tuesday of every month. So if anybody's interested in a club local to Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, York, Lancaster, that's in the chat. I know you guys are from all over the place, but if you're close, hit us up. We're members of that club. So
it's a good club. It's been a decade since I belonged to a club.
Right.
And I went to the meeting and did a presentation. And I'll tell you, the last clubs I was at, you'd be lucky to get 10 people through the door, on an average. And this one had about 20, 25 people there. And they were all having a good time. And, that one guy was crazy. But, yeah. You know who I mean, the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Donna's a member too.
Yeah.
Was she at our meeting?
I don't know. I don't know, Donna. You have to go to a club meeting sometime. I try to go religiously every Tuesday that they have them. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Jersey. And then don't forget, Donna had put in there about, we've been plugging her for the support, the deep search Jersey shore hunt. So check that out. If you missed it, you can go back through the video when it's done. It'll be a video, and you can get all the information you want from that. So,
yeah, I'm going to put it up here one more time, Dustin, since we're talking about it real fast. So real quick, guys, this will be the next hunt coming up. It's September. Yeah, no, it's so I'm trying to read it. It's so small.
September 24th and 25th.
Yeah, that's the next time for a hunt that I know about, and that would be Donna Funk's hunt. Their 40th anniversary too, guys. That's awesome.
And Quarter Hoarder will be there. I guess
Yep.
he's the big star.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
then Jersey Ray Diggs will be there. She's the next one. Team Lynch will be there. And
Yep.
then way down in the minor YouTube star level, there'll be this guy, Andy Snell.
So yeah, sounds like a lot of sponsors and stuff too. I mean, it sounds like a good place. I'm excited, man. It sounds good.
I expect to see pictures being sent to me that day from you.
Yeah. And real quick, guys, before we leave, we're gonna let you also have. When I leave here, I'm gonna put the link up for Robert's QR code link. I'm gonna shut us down, and I'll leave that run a little bit after the show, just so if anyone wants to scan it after the show to take you directly to that, please do so, and sign up for that hunt. Come out swinging. So, other than that, trying to think of anything else, Dustin. I think we're good.
Nope. Just remember, guys, one thing, like with someone like me, don't ever mistake my confidence for arrogance. We're all in the same playing field. We all love doing the same thing, and our hearts are all in the same place. So, I, for one, am not taking myself as serious as I did before, I guess. And I'm just trying to loosen up and, keep our show fun. And, I just hope everyone kind of gets that mentality of we're all in this together. We really are. You know what? I'm going to say this. We're all in a race against time. Every one of us is in a race against time from development.
I thought because you meant we're getting older.
Well, yeah, for me. But, seriously, we're all in a race against time, trying to find things that haven't been touched before. And if they have, we have better machines now to find what was ever left behind. And it's all about just getting out there and finding your piece. So that's my parting words is just go enjoy it and onward and upward.
Yeah, congrats to all the winners tonight. And thank you, Dustin, for your generous giveaways tonight with your bullets and bells. That was totally Dustin's idea. So everybody thank Dustin for that. And once again, always a great time to see you guys in the chat every so often we do our live streams. We always try to post ahead of time when we are going to go live. But the next one, September 11th is the Dig Stock Show. We're looking forward to that one as well. We're going to pry those guys and poke them and punch them with as many questions as we can get out of them. We're interested to get all that information for you guys as well if anybody's going. But yeah, other than that, the QR code up there right now, guys, is for the Come Out Swinging event. I encourage you to check it out. Even if you can't go, click on this QR code. Maybe think about it. If you can go, by all means, check it out. Rob does a lot of good stuff for the community, and I think you guys would have a good time going to this event as well. So.
We'd be remiss if we did not thank our moderators.
Yeah.
Robert Colbreth. Did I say that right? I hope I didn't say your name wrong, buddy. He's been supporting us and helping us so much. And I just want to say thank you to him for helping moderate. I know Diggin.
Yeah, Diggin popped in.
Yeah,
Nancy was helping tonight, so we appreciate Nancy helping out.
Everyone that helped. If I missed you, it's just thank you.
Yeah, it never goes unlooked for sure. I mean, we always
got to remember it's never going to be one detecting show, right? Check them all out. It's just like a metal detecting club. Check them all out. Join them all. It's the same with Come Out Swinging. Check it out. If you haven't been there, especially if you're on the fence and you got kids, forget about it. If you don't go there and you have kids, you're messing up. You want to hook them when they're young. This is the place to hook them. Right. So, and the same with all the other events, get off the fence. Life's short.
Right on. All right, brother. Thanks all for coming. We'll see you September 11th for the Dig Stock Show. Do not miss it. You don't know what's going to happen with those guys. Last time we had the show, they ended up giving out a free pass. I can't say that's going to happen this time, but you just never know what's up their sleeve. You never know. So, but
and if not, good old Uncle Dustin will have lots of goodies.
Yeah, and we'll have some more stuff, probably, I'm sure, as well. So, All right, guys, appreciate it. We're out of here. Peace.